Well, we are moving on this week from Ruth, which does, again, as I told you on Sunday and the video last week, it does make me a little sad. I really enjoyed our 4-week little, I guess, excursion into the story of Ruth, but we're going to move on. We're going to continue our journey through the Old Testament this week. We've got a really interesting story this week as well. We're actually going to talk about another woman who is found in the lineage of Jesus in Matthew chapter 1, which, of course, as a reminder to those of you who may have forgotten or are really anticipating this, we are building up to our study of the Gospel of Matthew coming in December. And so in Matthew chapter 1, we have these 4 women that show up in his genealogy. We have Tamar, Rahab, Ruth, and then the wife of Uriah, also known as Bathsheba. And that's the story that we're going to talk about this week. We're going to talk about David, and we're going to talk about Bathsheba. And this is going to be one of those times where, again, it's an uncomfortable story. There are many layers to it. There are many different ways to think about it. But without a doubt, David is just in the wrong in this story. I mean, there's no... you can't really make excuses for David here and say, well, he was just kind of... No, he's just in the wrong. We're going to look at that. We're going to talk about that. But then what it also means that he could still be called a man after God's own heart. So we're going to talk about those things. We're going to talk about Bathsheba. Who was she? And why does she, get in on this promise of God being who she is? Probably a Hittite like her husband Uriah. Probably, we don't know that for sure, but probably a Hittite like her husband Uriah. Why is she so special that she is going to bear the son of promise to David? So there are really a lot of good layers, a lot of great things to talk about in the story, some things that absolutely connect to what we were talking about with Ruth, but especially that connect forward to talking about with Jesus. So I'm really excited to get into the story. It's found in 2 Samuel chapters 11 and 12. And then we're also going to look at Psalm 51. So 3 chapters if you want to read ahead with us and prepare. 2 Samuel 11 and 12, and then Psalm 51. Go read those. Listen to the story. Listen to Nathan and how he speaks to David about this sin in his life. There's so much richness there. So I'm ready to dive into it with you this week. I'm enjoying preparing for this story, and I hope that you will get to come and join us on Sunday. If not, you can always catch my sermon online after that, and I hope that you all have a great and blessed rest of the week.